Chapter 18. Kyle stood under the splintered awning, rainwater trickling down his collar. The storm had knocked out the power, leaving his girlfriend's house in a silent darkness. Lightning flashed, illuminating the front door. He banged on the door. No answer. He saw the Bronco out front and decided he needed to let himself in. "Hello?" he called out, stepping over the threshold in the silent home. No answer. He eased the door shut against the howling wind. In the dim hallway, Don Roberto sat hunched, licking his paws in frantic little bursts. Lightning strobed outside, and Kyle caught glimpses of the cat's wide, reflective eyes. Every muscle in his body tensed as he proceeded. A smell lingered, something sharp, metallic, or maybe just damp wood. The storm's roar pressed against the walls, rattling them with thunder. He moved past the kitchen, where half-eaten toast lay on the table. The overhead bulbs flickered once, throwing warped shadows across the floor, then died again. His shoes squeaked on the worn linoleum as he turned down the shotgun hallway. The narrow space pulsed with each flashing of lightning, revealing a series of closed doors. Claire's bedroom door stood slightly ajar. Kyle couldn't breathe. He inched forward, fear like ice in his veins. A muffled sound, or maybe just the storm, throbbed through the house. Heart beating like a sledgehammer to the chest, he pressed one palm to the door, pushing it fully open. He froze in the doorway. Lightning hit the room in a cold, flickering strobe. On the bed, Autumn lay unmoving, except for the faint, rhythmic rise and fall of her chest. She was staring straight at him, unblinking, a smile tugging her lips. Claire's silhouette draped over her in an oddly contorted posture. For a lingering heartbeat, Kyle couldn't breathe. Claire's head was lowered, face hidden. Her shoulders moved with an intense, urgent motion, as if she was completely consumed with hunger. A wet, subdued sound, almost like a gasp, made Kyle's stomach drop. Autumn's grin widened, and her eyes gleamed with the flash of lightning. He wanted to speak, to demand an explanation, to tear Claire away, but he stood, rooted to the threshold. His mind reeled, uncertain whether the glistening along Autumn's pale abdomen was blood or just the shimmer of sweat in the dark. The sheets were twisted as she gently writhed. Autumn kept her gaze fully on Kyle. The storm boomed overhead. In the surge of white light, Claire lifted her head a fraction, mouth parted and lips dripping, eyes feral or entranced. Then, with a thunder's crash, the room fell into darkness.